It's 2004. No feed, no timeline, no algorithm. Social network isn't a phrase anyone says yet. But this board already has a number one, and it's Chinese. That spring, in a Harvard dorm, a 19-year-old flips on the Facebook. One campus, students only. On this chart, it's a rounding error nobody notices. But look at the very top. QQ, a little penguin mascot messenger from Tencent, has already blown past 150 million users. China quietly built the world's first social giant. In the West, MySpace is the phenomenon. Custom pages, blaring autoplay music, your top 8 friends. Murdoch buys it for $580 million and calls it the deal of the decade. For a moment, the web is a chaos of networks. Orkut ruling Brazil and India. Hi5 across Latin America, Bebo in Britain. Every country has a different king. Then MySpace does the unthinkable. In America, it passes Google as the single most visited website. In the West, social media finally has a face. Facebook throws its doors open. No more college email required. Anyone can join now, and its line starts to bend upward fast. And Google pays $1.65 billion for a one-year-old video site called YouTube. Wall Street calls it madness. Watch where that line goes. By 2008, the early kings are wobbling. Friendster is fading, Orkut is boxed into a few countries, and MySpace has stopped growing. Someone is about to lap them all. There it is. Facebook overtakes MySpace worldwide, then in the US itself. The first great social dynasty is dying after just 3 years on top. MySpace collapses almost overnight, sold later for a sliver of what Murdoch paid. Lesson 1 of this whole story: on the internet, nothing is ever too big to disappear. And while MySpace dies, Facebook is on a tear. 500 million users and climbing. Orkut, Hi5, Bebo, all the local kings are fading off the board one by one. The global network is swallowing the regional ones whole. Now the big one. For 6 straight years, the top of this board was Chinese, QQ. In late 2010, Facebook finally edges past it to become number 1, the first truly global network. Facebook looks untouchable, so even Google attacks. It launches Google Plus and forces it onto every account it owns. A $500 billion company can't lose its social, right? Then Zuckerberg makes the move that defines the decade. $1 billion for Instagram, a photo app with 13 employees and 0 revenue. People think he's lost it. Weeks later, Facebook goes public at $104 billion, and the stock immediately tanks. The doubt is everywhere. Can a social network even make money once everyone's on a phone? Then it answers the doubters. Facebook crosses 1 billion monthly users. 1 in 7 people alive log in. No platform in history has ever been this big. But the ground is moving. The world is trading the desktop for the smartphone. And on a phone, people don't want one giant website. They want a screen full of single-purpose apps. China writes the other playbook. WeChat becomes a super app. Chat, payments, taxis, everything in one place. Hundreds of millions log in and simply never leave. And Facebook keeps buying the future. $19 billion for WhatsApp, a messaging app with 50 engineers and 500 million people who talk on it every single day. Watch the board now. Facebook splits Messenger into its own app, and suddenly one single company owns 4 of the biggest platforms in the entire world at once. And that $1 billion bet? Instagram is now the fastest growing app on the planet, sprinting up the board. Best acquisition in tech history starts to feel like an understatement. By 2016, Facebook is nearly 1.9 billion strong and owns Instagram, WhatsApp, and Messenger. One founder now controls how most of humanity talks to each other. But a format they don't control is coming. Twitter owns Vine, 6-second looping videos, and shuts it down right before short video eats the entire internet. The feed is becoming video. A Chinese startup, ByteDance, has cracked something new. Forget who you follow. Let an algorithm choose every clip and learn your taste faster than you can blink. Meanwhile, Instagram feels a real threat for the first time and simply clones Snapchat's disappearing stories. And it works so well it nearly kills Snapchat off. Copying, it turns out, is Meta's superpower. Then Facebook's reckoning arrives. Cambridge Analytica. 87 million people's data, taken without consent. Delete Facebook trends worldwide, and look closely, the line barely even dips. That's the paradox of a network. It's sticky even when you hate it. Meanwhile, ByteDance aims its formula at the world, folds in musical.ly, and calls the result TikTok. And Google+? The network Google forced on everyone quietly shuts down for good. Even a trillion-dollar company, it turns out, can't just will a social network into existence. TikTok, though, is climbing for real now. It and its Chinese twin Douyin are hoovering up the young users everyone else is quietly losing. Then the world stops. A pandemic locks billions of people indoors with nothing but a phone. And no app on Earth catches that wave like TikTok does. It grows so big, so fast, that governments panic. The United States threatens to ban TikTok outright. For the first time, a social app has become a geopolitical weapon. Stuck at home, the whole planet doom scrolls for hours a day. Messaging swells. WhatsApp toward 2 billion, Telegram past 500 million, as the phone becomes the only window out. And the giants stop pretending they can out-invent TikTok. Instagram bolts on Reels, YouTube ships Shorts. The strategy is now simply to copy the newcomer at planetary scale. It doesn't matter. TikTok blasts past 1 billion users faster than almost any app in history, and quietly forces every single rival to copy it. The giant feels it. Facebook is so rattled by the future that it renames the whole company Meta and bets tens of billions on a metaverse almost nobody asked for. And it works well enough to matter. By 2022, TikTok has muscled into the top 5 and bent the whole industry around short, vertical, algorithm-picked video. The feed never goes back. So here is the modern board. The very top is almost entirely one company, Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, plus YouTube, plus the one outsider that muscled its way in, TikTok. And the Old Town Square? A year after a $44 billion takeover, Elon Musk deletes one of the internet's most famous names and turns Twitter into X. Meta pounces instantly. It launches Threads straight at the wounded Twitter and signs up 100 million people in 5 days, the fastest launch that has ever happened. Watch Instagram, the toy Facebook bought for $1 billion. Surge past YouTube and onto the podium, now one of the 3 biggest apps alive. The student has almost caught the master. And the quietest coup of all is closing in. WhatsApp, the texting app Meta bought for $19 billion that everyone underrated, is climbing to within a whisker of Facebook itself. By 2025, the numbers are absurd. WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, all past $3 billion, YouTube just behind. 3 of the 4 biggest platforms on Earth are run by a single company, Meta. In the final months, WhatsApp pulls away while Instagram keeps closing on Facebook. The empire isn't just beating its rivals now, it's racing itself. 22 years. The board opened ruled by a Chinese penguin and ends as one empire sitting on top of a graveyard. MySpace, Friendster, Orkut, Bebo, Google+, Vine. Each one was once somebody's entire online world, until it simply wasn't. Every one of them felt permanent right up until it vanished. So look at the giants on top today and ask which of these you'll be explaining to your kids someday.